Hello, guys. If you are going to invest time in running a Facebook page for your acting career, you need to make sure it looks professional and it truly represents you. So, today I'm going to give you 8 tips to help you customize your Facebook page and also use it as a marketing tool for your career. If we've never met, guys, my name is Heidi Dean. I'm a social media coach for actors, and it's really my job to take you from social rookie to social rock star, whether it be on Instagram, on Twitter, or like we're talking about today, on your Facebook page. So let me see who is here. I see, hi Adele, you've joined me many times here. McKnight, Jean, Danielle, Patrick. I'm sure you're going to tell me if you can't hear me or see me in the chat. And let me know where you guys are joining me from and if it is hot there, because it is so hot here in New York. It's like ridiculously hot. It was like 100 yesterday, 95 with humidity. Hey, Marianne from Anaheim. I used to live in Orange County that's where I grew up, born and raised. Let's see. Hi, Vicki Lynn. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Cameron. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to dive right in while you guys are telling me where you're from. What's really cool about this topic today about using your Facebook page for your career and just using a Facebook page is it's actually pretty breaking news that right now Facebook is rolling out what they call Facebook 5, FB5. And what this is a major redesign, and it's on pages and profiles. Some of you guys may have already seen it. If you have seen the redesign, which is very, very apparent if you're on desktop for Facebook, more so than your phone, it's very different. I mean, I got it rolled out a couple days ago, and I looked at it. It looks like if Twitter and Instagram had a baby, that would be the new Facebook design. So what I'm going to do today is, while I'm teaching you how to customize your Facebook page to use it as a marketing tool for an actor, we're going to do this in a new lens of the new Facebook 5 redesign. So it's actually very breaking news. When I planned this a couple weeks ago, I was going to be teaching a very different live than I'm teaching today. So great. Greta, Vicky, Paul. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Danielle says it's about 400 here in Atlanta. Yes, exactly. I am not team winter. I don't like the winter, especially here in New York, but I definitely don't like this heat. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to dive right in to these ways that we can make your Facebook page look professional as an actor. And what I'm going to do, so it's just very clear and easy for you guys to, when we're done here, to make the changes, is I'm going to start at the top of your Facebook page, and then we're going to make our way down. And one reason I'm doing that too is because, think about it, if people are looking you up on Facebook, if people are finding you, what's the first impression? It's the things at the top. So I want to make sure you guys correct those mistakes and optimize those first before we make our way down to post. I'm going to have a sip of coffee, and then I'm going to get started. All right. Okay. So we're going to start at the top of that Facebook page. What's at the top? It's that giant billboard. And on Facebook, on your page, that's called a cover photo, right? It covers the entire top. And it's really the first thing we see on a Facebook page. It should instantly tell us who you are. It should show us your vibe, your essence, and how you're most castable. Okay, let me give you some ideas of what can go in this real estate. It could be a still from a project. So maybe it's a production still, right? Maybe it's a photo of you with your name next to it, big bold letters. Maybe you're going to create a header with a couple photos from you, showing us your work in action. You can also change your cover photo to reflect a certain project you're on right now. Maybe it's something that you've booked. Maybe it's a recent booking that you're allowed to talk about, of course. And you can have your header reflect that. Maybe you have a crowdfunding campaign, or you also create content. Your cover photo can also have that as well. Couple tools to create these. You do not have to be a designer to make something look awesome for your cover photo. Photor.com, F-O-T-O-R, Photor, and Canva.com. And I've been on live here many times, and I've talked about Canva many times. They both have free templates for this cover photo up top. But just really make sure, guys, that it shows us your vibe, your essence, and how we can cast you. Okay? Now, on a Facebook page, we have even more options than anywhere else. Like Twitter has a cover, LinkedIn has a cover, but on our Facebook page, we can also, instead of making it a static image, we can actually have it be a cover video. They introduced this a couple years ago, and I think it's just fantastic for any type of artist. Because video, think about it, someone lands on your page, video immediately grabs our attention, right? It really draws us in. And what happens with this cover photo is it auto plays without sound, draws us into your page, makes us want to learn more. So you could put something from your reel up there, some kind of performance clip. Make sure whatever clip you pick, it's really focusing on you. And just so you know, when you're choosing a clip, it has to be between 20 and 90 seconds. Okay, so you may have to do a little editing to make that reel work. All right, let me know. Give me a like, give me a heck yeah in the chat so I know you guys, this makes sense with that cover photo. You're going to upload a cover photo or a video. And I gave you some examples, a still from a project, you with your name next to it, so that you guys can actually visually see these examples. I think in the description below, Katie will correct me if I'm wrong, that I have my free ebook. You can go to ebookforactors.com, or it's down in the description below. It's a 30-page ebook that shows you how to set up your social media for your career. It's totally free, ebook for actors. But I have examples of some of these cover photos that I just talked about. You'll see an example that looks like a movie poster. This actor created a movie poster of himself. It's really, really awesome. You'll see the example of your picture of you and text. You'll see an example of you talking about a recent booking. Okay, great. I see a heck yes, makes sense. Thumbs up. Perfect. All right, guys. So you're going to optimize that cover photo, that cover video. So the next thing on our page as we make our way down is that profile photo, right? We don't have to say much about it. It's pretty simple, right? That photo should be consistent with the picture, the professional headshot or professional picture that shows us your vibe and essence as an actor that you're using everywhere else. So the one on your Facebook page should be the same one you're using on Twitter and Instagram. Okay, I don't know how many times I've been live here now, maybe 10. I think this is number 10. And so many people fight me on this, but you have to know it takes 7 to 12 times to recognize a brand online. Okay. And so many actors, they want to have a different picture to show the different sides of them. And just know, we just don't realize you're the same person everywhere. You want to grow your following. You want to make a connection with your fans and followers across platforms. Make it easy for us to know it's you. Consistent photo for that profile photo. Got it? Okay. We got the cover photo, the profile photo. The next thing on a Facebook page, which is pretty cool because we don't really get this option on any other network, is that call to action button. It's that big blue button that is really asking your fans on your page to take some action. It's calling them to action. That's why it's called a call to action button. You have to know, no matter where we are on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, yes, we want someone to hit follow, of course. We want someone to look around and like our post, but we also want them to go somewhere else and find out more about us, right? So we want to send them to IMDb or our website or to our YouTube to look at our reel. We want to send them somewhere else. And that's what this call to action button is. It is a place to say, hey, I'm glad we're friends. I'm glad you followed me. Go check this out to find out more about me and contact me, right? So with the new Facebook redesign, which I just saw we had some people arriving late, I'm talking about Facebook pages for your acting career, how to set it up. But Facebook is rolling out a brand new and very drastically different layout to all of Facebook, but it's really drastic on Facebook pages. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys these tips kind of in the lens of this new Facebook 5 rollout. Okay, and in this Facebook 5 rollout, this call to action button has like so many choices now. But for an actor or any kind of artist, I would say obviously the learn more button will allow them to go to your actor website or your IMDb or another social network. Okay, so you might want to take some notes, guys. I just saw somebody said eDog says video cover. That's great. Yeah, the video cover. Every time I go to an actor's Facebook page that has the video cover, I stop. I pay attention. I watch their work, even if the sound isn't playing. It draws you in. So, okay, so back to call to action buttons. Learn more is a good option. Contact us. So if you do have a website and you have a contact page on your website, you can send them directly to that page. I know some actors have mailing list, or if you're a musician, a musical theater artist, and you do gigs, you might have a mailing list. So then the sign up button might be good for that call to action button. And for a lot of artists, one of the options for that big blue button on your Facebook page is watch video. Okay. And that's great, obviously, because you could send them to a recent interview, performance clip, a reel. There's so many options, and then we can see you in action. Okay. All right. So we're just going down that page. We're cleaning things up. We're making things work for you, and also help you with your marketing, because marketing is also telling people what to do. Where do you want them to go? What actions do you want them to take for your career, right? And if you don't tell them to go anywhere or do anything, they won't. Okay, one more sip of coffee here. All right. Next thing that we're seeing on our page, obviously, is our username, our name and our username. Just like that profile photo, guys, you're going to want to try to keep that username as consistent as possible across all your social networks. And I know that's hard, but try to make it consistent. You get a lot more characters on your Facebook page, but if you're on Instagram and Twitter, try to make them match. You're going to really be thanking yourself when you do that, or thanking me. When you have to tell people in person what your username is, you don't want to be saying it's this here and this here and this here. Try to get it consistent everywhere. Okay. All right, and know that this username is what people use to tag you in photos. It's what is at the link when you share your Facebook page link. That is your username. Okay, so keeping it consistent just makes it so much easier. From the people that are here in chat, if you have a Facebook page, drop the username in the chat, and then when we're done here, you guys can find somebody to connect with and support their page, because hey, that's what this is all about. So if you have a page, drop it in the chat, and specifically Facebook. Let's not put other things in there today. And perfect. There's always a delay on these lives, so you say something and then people start doing it 5 minutes later. Okay, so we're going down that Facebook page. We're cleaning it up. We're making it work for you. The next thing that I want you to do when we're done here today is go to your Facebook page, and I want you to create and organize your page tabs. I know some of you probably just went, what? Your page tabs. On the old Facebook design, they were, if you were looking at on desktop, they were over to the left. It's kind of like a website. When you go to a website and you have the menu bar, that's kind of what the tabs were. The tabs on the left would send you to post, videos, live community, the about page, and they used to be on your left. With this new design of Facebook, it's actually more important than ever that you organize these, because they're no longer on the left. They're front and center above your post, right under your profile. So it's like there's this menu bar right across the top that is going to help people see what you want to see. Okay, so when deciding how you want to prioritize these different things that you might be posting about, or different places you want to send people, think about what your goal is. I know there's a lot of actors that don't use their Facebook page as much. So if your goal really is that you're kind of holding it as a marker, you do post, but you're really more on Instagram and Twitter or YouTube, well, then maybe your About tab needs to be the first one, because your About tab is what sends us other places, right? Some of those tabs can be an Instagram feed. Some of them could be your YouTube videos. I have a YouTube feed as one of mine. It's one of my first tabs because I really want to direct people to my YouTube channel. Okay, so make sure you order these tabs in the order that you want people to see things. Okay, if you're an actor who does a lot of live video, put live in the front. Or if you do a lot of video content on your Facebook page, reorder that tab so it's in the front. Okay, help us see what you want us to see. Okay, especially on social media, this is so important. When we're able to customize something, you want to do it, because we don't get that many options with customizing, how our social media looks. Okay, so just so you know how to do this, and great, I see some pages here. Perfect. And just so you guys know, we're talking Facebook pages. I will have time to answer a few questions when I'm done with these 9 tips, which we're actually almost there, or 8 tips. And we can also talk profiles as well. All right. So to organize these tabs, I'm going to just walk you through it. You can write it down, or this replay will hopefully be on this page, if the YouTube gods are with us, to reorder your tabs on your Facebook page, kind of like your menu bar, right? You're going to go to settings. Okay. Settings is over on your left on the new redesign. It's at the top on the old design, depending on what you have right now. And then you're going to go to settings and hit templates and tabs. And then when you're there on the templates and tabs page, you can easily drag and drop them around, decide if you want to have a live tab, if you want to have an Instagram tab. It's all right there. Okay. Perfect. Andrew, 60 seconds with Steve, Jean, thanks for all dropping your pages there. Okay, so let me know if that makes sense, guys, of why we want to reorder these tabs. It's really important too, now with this redesign, guys, is what happens, there's a menu bar across the top. That's where these tabs are. And the first 3 will show up. The rest are in a drop down. So if you're not showcasing the 3 things that you want us to see on your page, the 3 things you're really doing, the 3 things that are important to you, they're going to just end up in the drop down and nobody will see it. Okay. So really decide, what are the 3 things? Like I said, is it live? Is it your about page? Is it sending them to another platform? That's cool too. Okay. Perfect. So after you've organized your tabs, I want you to fill out your about section. And we just kind of talked about that. There is an about tab, but with the new Facebook design, your about section, which used to kind of be hidden on your page, is now front and center, just like on your profile. You know, on your profile on the left, you see your name and all your social media and past jobs and stuff like that. But on your page now, that is front and center. So you're going to want to make sure, do you have a website? Put your website there. Do you have an email that you want public? Put it there. Your social media links, they're all going to go right there. Even the type of page you have, which for most of you guys, I imagine, will be actor or public figure. Okay, cool. I see lots of people putting their pages now. See, there's a huge, huge delay. It's hilarious. All right. Okay. So I want you to fill out that about section because it's so front and center. Okay. Pretty easy. You're going to do that short, tiny little bio, email, website, social media. And you can use the bio that you're using on other platforms. You know, that bio that's using keywords to show us that you're an actor and an artist. That bio that's giving us a little insight into who you are as a human too. I'm going to actually be back, just a little teaser here. I'm now going to be here every other Tuesday talking social media. Next week, social media and online marketing for actors. So next week, or the week after next, I'll be talking about actor website mistakes. And then 2 weeks after that, I'll be talking about how to write a social media bio. So then you can use that and use it for your about section here. After you've filled out your about section, you organized your tabs, I want you to pin a post to the top of your page. Okay. And what that means is you're going to take a post that maybe has your reel, right? Maybe it's a post that did really well. Maybe it's a post about a recent booking. Doesn't matter. It's up to you, but obviously it needs to reflect who you are and that you're an actor. And it's pretty much an introduction. You're going to pin it to the top. And what that means is it will be the first post we see on your Facebook page. No matter what you posted yesterday or tomorrow or the next day, it will stick to the top. Right? We can do this on Twitter too. And the way to do this is you're just going to go to the top right of the post and hit that little arrow and then hit pin post. Okay, so I want you to pin something that we would want to see to find out more about you as an actor. Okay, like I said, if you have a reel, that's always a great thing to put there. Let me know if that makes sense. Hey, Vanessa Ray, I will answer that question later. That's a big question. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, which is very, very savvy and something that most businesses do, but actors don't realize that they need to do it, is I want you guys to set up something called instant replies on your page. Okay. What an instant reply is, if you've ever gone to a page for a business and you've messaged them and there's been an auto reply back, that's an instant reply. It can be very helpful as an actor for a couple reasons. Number one, if you're not actively using your page that often, then it's great to have that instant reply. Somebody writes you and you say, hey, I don't play here that often. Go find me on Instagram. And then you'll have a little button that leads them where you want them to go. Simple example, right? Actually, I was working with a client yesterday and beautiful actress and has a big Facebook following. And we had to set up instant replies because she keeps getting messages from men. And I know we've seen this before in the chat. And she uses this page as a business. She doesn't want to waste her time. So we have an instant reply set up that says, I don't check these messages all the time. If you need, and then we put something like, if this is about an audition or a booking, contact my agent here. So that's the instant reply. People can still type a message, but it's actually keeping away the people that she doesn't want to have anything to do with. And it's allowing her to use her page as a business marketing tool for her acting career. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. Okay. So these instant replies are so easy to set up on your page. All you have to do is go to your Facebook page and go to inbox, okay, where all your messages are. So hit inbox. I'm trying to do this from memory with how I see it every day. In your inbox on the bottom, it's going to say automated responses. That's what it's going to say. Click on that and you just hit turn instant reply on. Toggle it, and then you can set up your instant reply. It's that simple. It's that easy. And that's just you using your page more like a business. And you can send them wherever. You can send them to your representation. You can send them to your website, your IMDb, send them somewhere else, or even just tell them, it may take me 48 hours to get back to you. Done, right? You're using it like a business. Great. I see. Yep. That makes sense. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So let me just recap those really fast so you can go home. You are home probably. So you can, go look at your Facebook page when we're done and organize this. So first, guys, you are going to create that cover photo, or remember, cover video right at the top of the page. And I gave you some resources for that. Remember, Photor or canva.com. Also, that ebook at ebookforactors.com, which is underneath in the description. That will give you some examples for how to create these headers. After you do that, you're going to do that consistent profile photo. It should be the same as Twitter. It should be the same as Instagram if you're using those platforms. It should be the same as YouTube if you're using your YouTube channel as an actor. If it's a creator, it might be different, obviously, if you have content. Then I want you to make sure that username is consistent as well, and memorable, and matching your name as much as you can. It's harder to do on Facebook. Then I want you to add that call to action button, that big blue button. I told you a bunch of different options you could use as an actor. So you're going to do that call to action button. Then you're going to organize your page tabs, which used to be on the side. Remember, now they're front and center. We want to pick 3 in the front. Is it live video? Video. Do you want to send them to Instagram? Do you want it to be your about page? But what is it? What is important to you? And put those at the top. Okay? Just going to move this down a little bit. Here we go. Perfect. Now I can see the chat better. So you're going to organize your tabs. Then you are going to do your about section. Okay, you are going to write that about section. Make sure that you have your bio. Make sure you have your social media links there. Make sure you're telling us where you want to go. You're going to pin that post to the top of your feed. Most likely, this is going to be something we can watch, see your talents in action in some way. And then you're going to set up those instant replies so you can either be there to greet people, be there to make sure that your page is being used as a business, or tell people where they can find you if you're not using your page as much. All right. When you've done all of that, then what I want you to do is I want you to go to your page and I want you to hit view as visitor. And then I want you to look at it, because that's only when you're going to be able to see your tabs in order. Then you're going to be able to see your about section, how it's really going to look. You're going to see your pinned post. You're going to see what a visitor sees when they go to your page. Okay, so I know so many of you guys watch YouTube lives, you watch Zooms these days, and you don't do the work. So I want you to pinky swear, guys. I want you to pinky swear with me right now that you are going to do this work. You're going to clean up your page. You're going to start making it look professional for your career, because people are looking you up, especially right now. It's the reason, social media is even more important now for actors than ever. It's the reason I speak all the time now on social media. And, spoke for a manager yesterday. A bunch of agents last couple weeks had me speak for their clients, because you've got to clean it up. You've got to start using it as a marketing tool. It's got to reflect your unique essence, your unique vibe, and your best self. Okay? Let me know if that makes sense. And then I'm going to scroll up here and I'm going to answer some questions. All right. I know we already saw Facebook profile versus page questions. Okay. And if I don't see your question because you asked it earlier, then just drop it down at the bottom. It'll probably be easier for me to find. All right. Whew, it is warm. I have to turn my air off to go live because it's too loud, but that means it's hot in here with the lights. Okay. Jean, should I have two Facebook pages, one personal and one just for my professional self? You should not have two Facebook pages unless it's like one as an actor and one for content that doesn't align with who you are as an actor. What you might have, Jean, this is where terminology on Facebook gets confusing. What you might have is a Facebook profile and a Facebook page. A Facebook profile is pretty much for friends and family and people in the business that you already know, right? That's how you should be using your profile. It's actually excellent for that. It's really great for staying top of mind with the people you already know, especially because a lot of those posts are more likely to show up in the feed than posts from a Facebook page. Okay, so Jean, yes, you should have a Facebook profile. And then you might have a Facebook page if you decided that's what you want, if that's where you're going to play, that's separate from your Facebook profile. Okay. But it technically wouldn't be two pages. One's a profile, one's a page. All right. Okay, great. I see all these usernames. Make sure you guys do connect with other people on Facebook. Okay. Vanessa, does it make sense to have a separate page and profile page? Yeah, I just answered this. Well, the thing is, you actually can't have a page without a profile, right? They won't let you set up a page if it's not linked to a profile. Do you have to use both of them? No. I'll give you two examples here. I have clients who, I think I talked about this client a couple weeks ago because I was just finishing up working on a project with him. He is an actor you guys would know and recognize. You probably wouldn't know his name. You probably wouldn't know his name, depending on your age. He's an older actor, has worked for years, right? He has a Facebook profile. He does not have a page. The people he is connected to on this Facebook profile, you would know them. You would go, oh my goodness, he's friends with those people. And some of them aren't, that he's friends with them. They have different names that they use their profile under. He is using his Facebook profile as a way to stay connected to these people that he's worked with in the business already. Okay. And I mean, he could literally sustain his career forever just staying top of mind with these people he already knows with his profile. Does he have a page? No. For him, he doesn't need it. What he is doing is he's setting up Twitter because he's having to live tweet for some upcoming projects. So he's decided I'm going to stick with my profile to really engage with the people I already know, stay top of mind to create more opportunities, and then have my Twitter as a business tool. Okay, Vanessa, let me know if that makes sense. But it's really up to you, Vanessa. I always say what platforms you choose, it goes right back to your goals as an actor. And I did an entire live on this. If Katie has the link, she'll drop it in the chat. I did a whole live on how to choose your social networks. And I talked about, in that live, why you might not have a Facebook page, why you may be using Instagram or Twitter instead, or why you may be using your profile. Okay, so Vanessa, it's really up to you. What are your goals? Where do you want to play? And that's going to tell you if you should have a Facebook page. Okay. Or if you should just have a profile. Now, one benefit for creators for a Facebook page that you don't get with a profile, obviously, is ads. You can't run ads, for your profile. So being able to tap into this amazing resource in the Facebook, ads world and with Ads Manager is a big asset if you're creating content. Okay. And I'm pretty sure, Vanessa, we chatted. I think you have a blog and you're setting some things up for business. So having a page may be very useful for you. Okay. Okay. Michelle, I think it's your name. How do you view as a visitor? It's different in the new rollout than the old rollout, but usually it's over to the right when you're looking at the screen. At least on desktop, I run most of my Facebook from my computer so I can see what I want to see. But it's all like under the profile photo over to the right. It says view as visitor. Okay. And you'll see it and you'll be able to see exactly what people are seeing. I would suggest that if you have a YouTube channel too, make sure you hit view as visitor so you can see like, okay, what are people actually seeing? Because sometimes it's drastically different than the edit mode or what we see when we're on our social media. All right, let me go back up. Mm-mm-mm. All right. I'm really going to try to answer Facebook questions first, since that's what we're talking about today. Facebook pages, Facebook profiles, Facebook groups, whatever. But I'm trying to keep it to Facebook, just because, like I said, I'm going to be back every other week, and there's going to be lots of opportunities for me to answer all your social media questions. Laura says, thank you for this great info. You're welcome. And like I said, it's so timely because of this redesign. You guys are going to be on it because everyone else is going to have the old version, and their pages aren't going to be optimized, but you're going to be ahead of the curve because you know about these changes. Patricia's, you're going to do the work. Perfect. Pinky swear. I love it. I love it. I love it. Do we really need a pinky swear emoji? Vanessa, makes sense. Perfect. Vanessa, I think I could post more personal on profile page and then have a lot of professional posts or lifestyle posts related to work on the page. Exactly. I mean, honestly, I don't use my profile very often. Now, I'm a business, but I don't use my profile that often. And most of the stuff on my profile is public anyways. So people try to friend me all the time. And I'm like, I don't really show anything that you don't see from the outside. So they think they're getting into an exclusive club, but it's kind of what everybody else sees. But actually, Vanessa, and to anybody else, if you do just want to use your profile as an actor, like the client I just talked about, it's totally cool. You could actually use it to connect with the people you know, and you could strategically decide what post you want the world to see. Okay, what I like to do is my settings on my Facebook profile, guys, are that all my posts are private unless I decide to turn the little icon on the post so people see it. And what that is you're creating the post and there's a little world globe on it. And then you just hit that globe and it'll say public. You could decide, do I want just friends to see it? Do I want friends of friends? Or do I want the whole world to see it? And so then I strategically decide, like, okay, everybody can see this post. Okay. You can also have followers on your Facebook profile now. That's been going on for a couple of years. So that's why a lot of actors are able to keep their circle small on their profile with the people they've worked with, and then collect followers. So then they'll have like 4,000 followers on their Facebook profile, and then they'll selectively decide what post they want to have public. It's a great way to use a profile for your business and not have to have a page, which sounds so weird because we're talking about pages today. All right. E-Dog, fantastic job. A big Texas thank you. Oh, awesome. Yay, Texas. Hope you guys are safe down there. Awesome. Kelly asked, and I can't find out how to organize my tabs in Facebook. Perfect. Kelly, can you, well, I'll explain it again. But do you know if you have the new Facebook or the old Facebook? Let me know. Kelly, if you can, go to a computer. It's always the easiest. And sometimes you can't do certain customizations on social networks like Twitter and Facebook on a phone. Okay, you got a lot more options on a computer. So on the computer, I'm even going to pull up my page now to make sure I'm telling you exactly what I know here. So your tabs on the old version of Facebook that will be gone soon, but if you're making these changes today, here's where it would be. You're looking at your computer screen. Let's see. You're going to go to the bar at the top to change your tabs. Trying to find your name. Who just asked me that lovely question? Kelly. So Kelly Aston, you're going to go and look across the top menu bar. You're going to see settings. It's on the far left. Okay. And then you're going to hit templates and tabs. And then you'll see the option to like move them around. Okay. On the new design, where it's going to be is you sign into your page. And on the new design, everything that's on that top menu bar that used to be on the top menu bar is now on the left. So you'll find settings over there, and then you'll find templates and tabs. Okay. And then it's kind of like a little drag and drop thing where you can decide which ones you want to have first. Remember, you want to pick those first three. And there's some that aren't even toggled on. So like if you do a lot of live video, then that one's not even one of the options unless you toggle it on and then move it to the top. Okay. All right. Let me know if that makes sense, Kelly. Okay. What's funny is it would have been easier to do this live a month from now when everyone had the new version, because half of us have it, half of us don't. So let's see. John, I have a Facebook page on my personal page that is separate from it. Okay, I have a Facebook page on my personal page. So I think maybe you're saying your personal profile. I really wish they had different names for them. It'd be so much easier. How much does it weigh into factor when possibly getting noticed? Well, if you're talking about John, if you're talking about that you have a Facebook profile, so you've got a private profile, you want to know how much does it help with getting noticed. Well, getting noticed is an interesting term because getting noticed, a profile can help you get noticed by the people that already know you in the business. And I know that sounds funny because you just assume, oh, they know me. But if you're not staying top of mind with them, casting directors are busy, directors are busy. They see a million faces every day. And it's your job as an actor to make sure that they remember you, that you stay top of mind with them, or they're just going to forget, until someone submits you. Right? A great story. One of my dearest friends, Scott Barnhart, he tells this story when he booked the original cast of Book of Mormon on Broadway years ago. He had worked with Casey Nicola, the director, years before. And Casey was directing the workshop. I might get some of the story wrong. But the most important thing is Scott had not been seen for the final workshop for Book of Mormon. And he's perfect for it. How did he get seen? Casey Nicola was in a cab, like on 9th Avenue in New York City, and Scott was standing outside a Starbucks. And he saw Scott and went, oh, I have to bring Scott in for a Book of Mormon. He's absolutely perfect. And that is why he got brought in, and he was in Book of Mormon for years, which was a really great gig for him, right? And led to lots of things. But you have to think about it. It's really hard for us in person to plan those things. It's impossible. But that's what social media allows us to do, John, and everybody. It allows us to put ourselves right outside that coffee shop when the casting director drives by. Does that make sense? Because we can strategically put ourselves in circles of the people we want to know on Twitter, on Instagram, right? So that we stay top of mind. Facebook profiles are great for that as well. That's kind of like what I look at Scott, what he was doing. It was almost like he might have even been friends with Casey on his Facebook profile. Who knows, right? But he had to be there. He had to put himself out there. And if you're staying top of mind with people on your profile that you've already worked with, which was the case with Scott, then that you're going to book more work. They're going to remember you. They're going to go, oh yeah, so-and-so's perfect. Just like the drive-by at the coffee shop. So in terms of getting noticed, I think you could use your Facebook profile to get noticed and stay top of mind and book more work. Most bookings you do in this business, they're going to be from people you already know. Okay, so you can use your profile for that. Now, in terms of getting noticed, if you're talking about like people looking up numbers, yes, people do look up, follower accounts on Twitter and Instagram. It's just fact in this business. Not everyone does, but it does factor into some decisions. Will they look at your Facebook page and your followers and all that there? No, that's not really a factor. That's more of a personal profile. Okay, but can you develop relationships and get noticed that way? Yeah. Okay. But if you're really trying to meet new people, John, I'd say go try Instagram and Twitter. And I've done other lives about those here. Okay. Christopher, do you have thoughts on running very similar posts on page and profile, for instance, when promoting an appearance? I would say that's a very personal thing where I'd go, okay, a lot of actors, they have a profile and they have a page, and they invited all their friends and family from their profile, and they have almost identical fan bases. So if you have a smaller following, Christopher, or fan base on your fan page, and it's identical to your profile, then I'd say I would try to vary my post or put them out at different times because different people may see them, right? But if you have a much larger following on your page, then yes, do it, because you probably won't have as much crossover. Okay, but trying different times may be a good thing for you. And that's one thing I didn't talk about, guys, is we can go into our Facebook page and we can go to Insights. You just go to your page, you'll see Insights. Honestly, I don't know where it is in the real one, but you'll see it. It's probably over on the real one in the new Facebook layout. I think it's on the left now. But yeah, look for Insights. And what Insights is going to be is Insights will tell you the best time to post for your page. So, Christopher, that's what you might do. You might find the best time to post for your fans on your Facebook page and post it at that time, and then find a different time at maybe if one is in the morning, try one at night on your profile, because then you're probably going to be hitting totally different people. Okay. All right. Vanessa. Oh, you just moved. This is very general, but any suggestions for Facebook ads? Yes, I teach a whole class on Facebook ads. I love ad strategy, but I need a little bit more not more information. Facebook ads for actors. Honestly, I get a lot of clients that are like, "Oh, I boosted this. I've been spending $10 here and $10 here," and because they don't know ad strategy, they don't know how to find the right audiences, they're spending a lot of money that they could use to invest like in their next headshot session, because they're getting vanity metrics on their post, but they're not getting followers out of it, and they're not even targeting the right people. Okay, so for most actors, I say like Facebook ads are a waste of time unless you have content, unless you have a strategy. And you also can't run ads to like your reel or any copyrighted content. There's a lot of people out there telling actors they can. You will get your ads account shut down. Okay. So you can't run ads to anything like that. But Vanessa, I have lots of Facebook ad suggestions. And I think, Vanessa, you have my You Created It Now What class for content creators. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is why having a consistent photo is important, guys, because that's why I'm recognizing Vanessa right now. I dive into Facebook ads in that class, okay? The most important thing, I think, is really being set up and being organized and setting up your custom audiences before you run any ads so that you can run ads for much cheaper and more targeted, Vanessa. And that class is going to tell you about that. Okay, let's see. Okay, E-Dog, I'm kind of glad I don't have a Facebook yet. This way I can start the right way. Thank you again. You're welcome. Yeah, this is great because then now you want to go in the order I talked about and set it up in the right way. Perfect. And you actually, E-Dog, you are going to have the new version if you set up an account right now. Okay. 60 Seconds with Stu. I love that name. Now that I have built up my Facebook page, how can I use it to grow my YouTube? Should I run Facebook ads linking to my YouTube videos or post YouTube video links on my Facebook rather than Facebook embedded videos? Stu, what kind of videos do you have? Can you let me know that? What I do that's helped grow my channel is I create video teasers. So I don't like to split my audience. So I don't like to put a video up on my YouTube channel, which I should tell you guys the link because it's all social media tips for actors. And in fact, I have a video there that talks about Facebook profile versus page in depth. And that's youtube.com/Heidi Dean. Okay. Since we're on YouTube. So what I do, Stu, and you guys can see this if you look at all my social media, is I'll create my YouTube video, I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and I'll create little teasers for that, little video teasers, and I will put them across social media. So it will have the first part of my video up until my little branded intro. So it tells you exactly what it's going to be about, and then I have a little card that says, go check it out on my YouTube channel. I don't put my video on Facebook as well because I want them looking at it on YouTube because I make money on YouTube. I don't make money on Facebook when I put it there. So I make teasers. So that's what I suggest you do, Stu. And whether you're putting it on your Facebook page or Instagram, there's lots of tools you can use to make these teasers. A lot of people call them the Gary V teasers because if you know who Gary V is, I think he was the first one that where we publicly saw them. The video's here, and you'll see a headline and then the caption of what's being said in the video, and the teasers at the bottom. So I use a tool, Stu, called Subtitle. Okay, it's like subtitle but with a Z. And they let you make a ton of teasers they actually have a free plan, but a ton of teasers for hardly anything. And so then I make teasers and put them across social media. Then I normally on Facebook, because they don't like us sending stuff to YouTube, I put the link in the first comment on my Facebook page. Okay. And I seem to get more traction that way. And they seem to show my teaser more when I do that. Okay. Same thing. I put the teasers over on my Instagram. Okay, I even do vertical teasers for stories. Should you run Facebook ads linking to the YouTube video? You could run Facebook ads to the teaser if you want. Okay. All right. Vanessa, any editing software you suggest for editing a video cover for Facebook? I think Adobe Spark Video has a template because it's a very strange size, and I'm not even going to tell you what the size is because the number I used to know is not the same. The new Facebook page layout, the header's a little chunkier. I don't know, wider. I don't even know how to explain that. But yeah, there's a little more height to it. So, but Adobe Spark would have a great template for that. Is Adobe Spark Video. You may just be able to put a video just create a video though on iMovie or whatever software you have, Vanessa, and then make sure all the important stuff's in the middle, especially if there's text, and it should fit as well. Okay. Such good questions today. I love it. Okay. I'm going to have a coffee juice. I'm going to have juice. It's my energy apple juice, especially during the summer when it's hot. Okay. Let's see. Rachel says, thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Like I said, I'll be here every other week. And the stuff I've got the list mapped out for you guys till Thanksgiving. It's going to be awesome, awesome stuff. Okay. Vanessa, thank you. You're welcome. Kelly says, my info gives the option to switch to classic Facebook. So I assume you do have the new Facebook. Okay. So your tabs, settings is going to be to the left for you, and then hit templates and tabs, and you'll be able to do it there. You're still getting the option to switch back. Some people have switched to the new one, and then they're locked in. They can't switch back to the old Facebook. They're like, no. Honestly, I think the new Facebook design it's minimalistic. I think it's so much better than the old one that had so much stuff on desktop. So I think in the end, it's going to be better, but it's just going to take some, time to get used to. Okay. Vicky, gotta go, Heidi. Thank you. You're welcome, Vicky. I'll see you in class. She's in my Insta Actor class. Okay. John Lutz. Yes, indeed. I post something on my actors page every day. Oh, so you have an actors page. Okay. Let's see. Kelly, I think I already answered that now. Regarding staying top of mind, have the algorithms been updated at all regarding who sees our profile or pages? Do people see profile pages that they interact with more? Vanessa, yes, it's very similar in some ways as the Instagram algorithm. Facebook is going to show you more content that with people that they think you are closely related to, and not just like family, but also people that are friends and family, people that you interact with on a regular basis. So the more you can get people to engage in your posts and your lives, the more that you will actually show up in the feed. But profiles this is why for some actors it works better that they use their profile instead of their page. A lot of times your posts on a profile are more likely to show up on the feed than a page, and Zuckerberg's already said that. So if you have something really important and you're like, should I put it on my profile or my page, and it's the same audience both places, definitely put it on your profile. It's more likely that you're going to get seen. Another big thing that's been rolled out too is the ability to use hashtags, guys, on Facebook. And I should change that a little bit. We've been able to use hashtags on Facebook since 2013. They've been clickable, but they didn't really do anything to help the reach of our post. So has anybody noticed that? Let me know in the chat if you guys have gotten the notification in the past couple weeks that says, start using hashtags to get more reach on your post. They've been rolling that out as well. So Facebook is saying if you use hashtags on your post, it will increase your organic reach. That is huge, because I can't remember the last time Facebook told us anything was going to increase our organic reach for free. So we can, not only are hashtags clickable, they're searchable. As long as your post is public on a profile or it's on a page, people can find you now when you use hashtags. So that's pretty exciting. And Facebook pages, I don't know, on a Facebook post, what do you get, like 63,000 characters or something? So obviously you can use more hashtags. I wouldn't go super spammy on it, but the ability to get your post out there on a page might be increased. What I do suggest is, a lot of people are saying, well, what hashtag should I use? Right now, there's no, when you go into search to look up hashtags on Facebook, there's no like related search or suggested search like you see on Instagram. So I suggest you go on Instagram and you do your hashtag research there, and then you experiment with those and bring them back over to Facebook. Got it? So yeah, let me know if any of you guys have seen that notification, but it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting too, because in the past, if you were pushing any posts from Instagram over to your Facebook page, you use those hashtags and it really looked kind of spammy on the post, but it didn't really help you at all. But now I might just leave them there and and have my post get more organic reach, right? E-Dog, yeah, it's all about timing. I'm glad I waited to create a Facebook page. Thank you. You're welcome. Christopher says, fantastic. Someone is from Russia. Hi. And it just bumped up the feed bump. So I don't know where you are, but awesome. Stu says food and travel videos. Yeah, I would do teasers, Stu. I would definitely do teasers to get us over there. Okay. Oh, your videos are only 60 seconds. Does not help with monetization. No, you need to sneak in some videos there, especially, well, over 8 minutes now. They've changed the monetization rules for some of the videos. That it used to be 10 minutes, but now we can put them on 8-minute videos on YouTube. Okay. I see. Thank you. Vanessa says aspect ratio is probably different. Yeah. And like I said, because it's so new, I don't even know, like Canva might not even have updated their Facebook page template yet, right? Since people have both versions of the Facebook, of Facebook. So I just sounded like my mom, the Facebook, the Twitter. So yeah, Vanessa, go check. Adobe Spark may help you create something. Okay. Let's see. Evie, I want to make music covers, but I don't know how to begin it on Facebook. Just make the covers and put them out there and use hashtags, right? Mention the artist. And, actually, are you on YouTube? Because the great thing about YouTube is search, right? So you do a cover on YouTube and you make sure that the title says cover and the artist name and the song name. You make sure your description includes that and your tags. YouTube is actually going to put out into search with people that would like that song and like that content, and it's really going to push it out. So not to say don't make the covers on Facebook, but do it on YouTube. You'll get more traction, right? Go join TikTok. You'll get more traction there. Okay. Hey, Martha from Portugal. Thank you for joining me. Okay. I'm going to answer just a couple more because I just saw the time. Answered a lot of questions today. It's a little shorter teaching, but Vanessa, I didn't even know about the Facebook video cover option. That's a great tip. Yeah, it's actually been around a couple years, and I don't think many people even know about it because you don't see it very often. But that's why when you do, it makes us stop. And as an artist, it's invaluable. I've actually been wanting to upload mine because I did so much public speaking last year that I, have my public speaking reel that I've been wanting to upload, but I was waiting to do a couple more appearances in March and March to June, which now are all online. So I haven't uploaded mine, but I'm definitely doing that. Okay. Kuro said, I just switched. It might take me a while to get used to it, right? It's different, but when you look at it, it actually is more streamlined. It is easier in a lot of ways. It's easier. Even when you guys look at this new Facebook layout, at the top, even what you can see is different. Like gaming is one of the 5 options, like creating a post, marketplace, gaming, groups, front and center, right in the center, right? So yeah, you can. And then Facebook Watch, of course, for video. So they've been trying to push that forever. Okay, so you can always see what Facebook is pushing out there because they'll put it front and center. Another thing that's front and center in the new design: stories. Facebook stories at the very top. It's the first thing you see. So you want more traction, you want to get more eyes on your page, and we had some questions about that. Use stories. You're going to see them first now. So, all right. Okay. AJ, is the page the same as a fan page? Yes. Fan page, Facebook page. Okay. Christopher, haven't got the word on hashtags. Yes, yes. You might just not have seen the announcement. You could start using them. And like I said, I've never actually seen Facebook come out and say like something like that's going to actually increase your organic reach. Organic reach is free reach, without having to pay for ads. So, Cindy, I'm an artist, a painter, and printmaker. Are your ideas? Yeah, you could totally apply them to all sorts of artists, especially the layout of your Facebook page. Yes. Most of the things on my channel translate well to a lot of different artists. Sometimes, if I'm talking about networking, obviously you're not networking with a casting director or a director, but there'll be other people you could network with and get to know. Where potentially would you like to have your art? Who would buy your art? So you just need to flip the switch on who your audience is, but a lot of the tips apply. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. You said this has been very helpful. I'm going to answer one more and then I'm going to sign off because I will be back here in 2 weeks talking about actor website mistakes. Vanessa, is the video cover only for pages or also for profiles? It is just for pages, at least for right now. Just for pages. All right. So I'm going to sign off. Martha, I have lots of stories, tips for Instagram, and they would work very well as an actor for Facebook stories. In fact, go to marketingforactors.com/30posts and you'll get 30 post ideas there at that page. And you can use a lot of them on stories. Got it? Okay, so thank you guys for joining me today. And we talked about cleaning up your Facebook page. Go do the work. I can't wait to see your pages when they're all cleaned up. I will see you next week talking about website tips or 2 weeks from now, sorry. I'm talking about website tips for actors. And until next time, I'll see you guys on social. Bye.